there's one tree standing in the middle of the field. Yeah, there's one tree standing in the middle of the field. All the rest have been torn down. Ain't no tree safe in my little town. One tree. Well, there's one fish swimming in that little country brook. Yeah, I see him there. There goes old Mr. Google Eye swimming in that little country brook. All his friends are in frying pans. He just says, catch me if you can. One fish. Well, there's a bright orange flower that has blossomed in the sun. There's a bright orange flower that has blossomed in the sun. Yeah, there's many more that's yet to come, just trying to bloom like she has done. One flower. There's one man lying dead in the street, his hands cuffed behind his back. Yeah, there's one man lying dead in the street, his hands cuffed behind his back. Could be, you know, I'm not sure, but this don't feel like my country anymore. One man. There's a cross that's high upon a church. It's the highest spot in town. There's a cross that's high upon a church, and it's the highest spot in town. Yes, it is. One cross high upon the steeple for the sins of all the people. One cross. Well, there's one tree standing in the middle of the field. There's one tree standing in the middle of the field. It looks as lonesome as can be. Sometimes I feel just like that tree. One tree. Oh, one tree, one fish, one flower, one man, one cross, one tree. Well, hello. My name is Chuck Hall, and I am playing songs from my brand new record, which is called One Tree. The example of that last song called One Tree. A lot of songs written during this strange time of isolation that we have experienced. Songs new and old, as it turns out. I uncovered a bunch of songs I'd written a long time ago, written and performed a long time ago. And found the recordings of them during this time of isolation and rescued a couple of songs. This is one. This song is called "The Men in Silken Shirts." The time that this song was written, there was a kind of a tussle going on in the town that I lived in, having to do with who was going to control the waterfront. It had been built up by, and was being used actually by fishermen quite gainfully, and but some people decided that it would be better as condos and a restaurant. Well, the condo and restaurant people won, sort of. I can tell you that with the passage of time, the restaurant mentioned in the song rather, the restaurant mentioned in the song, is gone. It's no longer there. But anyway, this is called "The Men in Silken Shirts." He stands on the hill and watches me each morning sailing out to sea. From the hill above the harbor, his binoculars in hand. And I can't tell if I disappear, if I'm ever out beyond his leer, somewhere he can't see me from the land. And oh, I must be very picturesque, like a photo framed upon his desk. He's dreaming of the profits when the papers finally pass. Potential income figured once, then changed when it is not enough to guarantee investors safe returns on all their cash. Well, I met him one morning. He said he came down to warn me the marina soon would close, taken by eminent domain. There's a new road coming through, a McDonald's with a view, and if I were smart, I'd sail my boat away. You know, he must have read my eyes. He says the trouble with you guys is that you can't tell the turning of the monetary tide. For the land where this marina sits is worth more to you than all your fish. You could have named a price, but you refused to sign. And I spit a seaman's curse on the men in silken shirts. They call in their surveyors and a way of life is done. But it's all just so much spit into a cold and angry wind. They won't be satisfied until the price is up and the fishing boats are gone. Ooh, He stands on the hill and watches me, and I'll pretend that I can't see him, smiling like a gambler with aces in his hands. I've an offer I cannot accept and nowhere to offload my catch. Thank God they cannot tax the sea the way they do the land. And by God, when all their building's done and when pleasure craft block out the sun, there'll be no room in this harbor for a fisherman like me. And I will not be sorely missed when I am placed upon the list of those who never came home from the sea. And I spit a seaman's curse on the men in silken shirts. They call in their surveyors and a way of life is done. But it's all just so much spit into a cold and angry wind. They won't be satisfied until the price is up and the fishing boats are gone. Ooh, He stands on the hill and watches me each morning sailing out to sea. This morning there were 3 of them with shovels in their hands. At some time after 10 o'clock, the mayor comes down to the dock to break the ground where the golden arches soon will stand. Well, I say don't fight City Hall, I say let 'em have it all. Were I a younger man, I'd have the stuff to stay. And I'd ask 'em face to face, who'll be left to love this place when the boom goes bust and the money moves away. And I spit a seaman's curse on the men in silken shirts. They call in their surveyors and a way of life is done. But it's all just so much spit into a cold and angry wind. They won't be satisfied until the price is up and the fishing boats are gone. Yeah, the men in silken shirts. Yeah. Well, a piece of very bad news, along with the pandemic that hit us. A piece of very bad news happened at the very beginning of this, just to put everything into its proper perspective. Because it's very important in times like this to keep everything in its proper perspective. It's important to do that. So we received a piece of news that was very disturbing at the very beginning of the present difficulties, which seem to be coming to a conclusion. And this song is kind of about that. How will we ever make it through? Actually, after having received the awful news that Tom Brady had gone to Tampa, after all. Heaven forfend. The house that I am living in grows smaller every day. The walls are creeping in on me and I can't get away. There's fear and anger everywhere, it's the worst I've ever seen. Hidden in my residence, locked down in quarantine. 6 feet apart and masked in lines we never had before. I can't get my hands on my favorite brands down at the grocery store. Adding insult to this injury is what's been on the news. Tom Brady's gone to Tampa. Whatever shall we do? Tom Brady's gone to Tampa. Whatever shall we do? I'm out of work, my wife is too. The bills don't get paid when they're due. We're in desperation, and the boss is on vacation. And the president has told us that it's no worse than the flu. Tom Brady's gone to Tampa. Whatever shall we do? Tom Brady's gone to Tampa. Whatever shall we do? An ER nurse told me this virus robs you of your breath. And now just showing up to work is a case of life and death. There is pain and dying everywhere, and not to ease the curse, there's just the news on TV, and I'm not sure which is worse. He was our hometown hero. We could depend on him to blind us to reality when things were looking grim. We used to say it's just a game, but I think we always knew Tom Brady's gone to Tampa. How will we make it through? Tom Brady's gone to Tampa. Whatever shall we do? John Prine is gone, little Richard too. It makes me empty, it's left me blue. I just walk the floor, 'cause I can't walk out the door. And so tonight my social life is an open mic on Zoom. With so much bad news everywhere, it's hard to face the truth. Tom Brady's gone to Tampa. Whatever shall we do? Tom Brady's gone to Tampa. Whatever shall we do? Yeah, Tom Brady's gone to Tampa. I hear tell he did pretty well when he went to Tampa, as a matter of fact. It's just rumor, you know. So in this time, we've spent a lot of time. People like me have spent a lot of time cleaning up because we have the time to do it and the space to do it. And the song is kind of has its origins in finding a couple of photographs that go back to when I was a little boy. Then they're not photographs of me, but mom and dad and the grandparents and other family members, and it leaves you with the notion about how much time has changed, how many things have changed, and how many things really have not. And as I look at these photographs, this story sort of emerged from our present time backwards in time. And this is called "They Don't Make Love Like That Anymore." There's a photograph on the wall by the door. They pass by it so much they don't see it no more. A man in a tux and a woman in white. An altar with candles drowning in light. They were younger then and their first days were rough. They had only each other, but that was enough. They used to head for the bedroom and run to the door. But they don't make love like that anymore. No, they don't make love like that anymore. It's the couch and the TV when they come through the door. Stare all night at their phones in a world of their own. They don't make love like that anymore. They don't make love like that anymore. Another black and white photo with brown overtones, so precious it cannot ever be shown. Packed away when they move, they've forgotten it's there. With family heirlooms in storage somewhere. She was wearing white satin, he was in the Air Corps. They survived the Depression and Second World War. Hard times made their love so strong it endured. They don't make love like that anymore. No, they don't make love like that anymore. Forever still means what it meant before. Stand like a rock on the promise they swore. They don't make love like that anymore. No, they don't make love like that anymore. Forever still means what it meant before. Stand like a rock on the promise they swore. They don't make love like that anymore. They don't make love like that anymore. They don't make love like that anymore. I like finding old pictures like that. They tell stories. I like when a picture. Wasn't there a song called "Every Picture Tells a Story"? I guess they do if you let them, right? Goodness. Well, another lesson that we're all still learning, I guess, from. It's only natural to take a look at what has gone down for this last little while and say, I wonder what it means. I wonder what the meaning behind all of this is, or if there is one. What's the meaning that I can apply to myself? What is this time saying to me? And we certainly have learned a little bit about what it is to be in isolation. I don't think most people feel afraid of growing old. I think a lot of people feel afraid of growing old alone. And that's kind of what came out in the song. The song is called Please Don't Say Goodbye. When I am old and in the way, can't find the words I want to say, bump into things I cannot see, please don't say goodbye to me. If I seem preoccupied and sometimes lock myself outside, when I cannot find my key, please don't say goodbye to me. If I get to the grocery store and can't recall what I went there for, that's just the way Mom used to be. Please don't say goodbye to me. If I can't recall my name, sometimes rage, accuse, and blame, lost in a distant galaxy, please don't say goodbye to me. Cold gets colder every year, gets into my bones. I can't stand the thought of living here and waking up alone. The years aren't all that slip away, the future's in our hands, they say. When I can't find our memories, please don't say goodbye to me. gets colder every year, gets into my bones. I can't stand the thought of living here and waking up alone. If I can't recall the lyrics to the love song that I wrote for you, I never wrote a song so true. I wrote it to be sure you knew. From the moment that we met, you see, my life has been a symphony. You are my words and melody. Please don't say goodbye to me. From the moment that we met, you see, my life has been a symphony. You are my words and melody. Please don't say goodbye. Please don't say goodbye to me. Yeah. Pick up the pace for these last couple of songs that I'm going to do. This one, I love this song. I love playing this song. I love singing it. I love the origin of it. My wife Mary and I were in Ireland in 2019, and somewhere near, I don't know, near Killarney, I think. But I mean, that counts for anywhere in Ireland, right? Killarney's near everything, it seems. We came to this crossroads and we made this turn. We were under the influence of a brilliant tour guide named Therese Cullen. She was just awesome, just unspeakably wonderful, and knowledgeable and funny and great company to have, and really a good time. And I was sitting in the back seat of this car because you're not going to get me to drive. You're not going to get me to try to drive. I will hurt myself if I try to drive where everybody's driving opposite the way that we've learned how to do it here. I would just endanger everyone. So I stay off the road that way. I stayed in the back seat and let Therese drive. And Mary asked Therese about some landmark, and I've forgotten which one it was, what landmark she was looking for. But Therese just sort of said, kind of off the cuff, she said, "Oh, I know what it is that you're talking about. Yeah, remember when we were down in Limerick? Maybe it was Limerick. We were down in Limerick, and we came to that crossroads, and we went this way. Yeah, the thing you're looking for was down the road we didn't go." And the songwriter in me kicked in and said, "I'm going to steal that line. That's worth that is worth the charge of stealing." And so I did, and I kept it all the way back to the States. And wrote the song up immediately, sent it off to Therese with a word of thanks for inspiring the song. So this is called "The Road We Didn't Go," and again, a lesson to learn during these difficult times. And it's got a pretty good chorus to it, so feel free to sing along with this if you're watching and listening, which you are, obviously, right? Down the road we didn't... Oops, I gotta put this in the right key. All right, so let's do it here. Here we go. Sneaky little thing. Down the road we didn't go, there's a place we didn't know. We don't know, we can't say the people we might be today had we gone some other way. It's a secret we are not allowed to know. Hidden down the road we didn't go. roads go ever on and on, down from the door where it began. We are born into this world according to the plan. Not accidental tourists, we sojourners on the road to see the people we were meant to be. Love will guide the pilgrim heart and show every step along the way to go. Down the road we didn't go, there's a place we didn't know. We don't know, we can't say the people we might be today had we gone some other way. It's a secret we are not allowed to know. Hidden down the road we didn't go. Sometimes the path that I am on is overgrown and disappears, and fear has left me hurt and broken, filled my eyes with tears. But I will not pass this way again, on the road to what might not have been. I cried out and found a friend, had not left me in the wilderness alone, to stumble down a road I didn't go. Down the road we didn't go, there's a place we didn't know. We don't know, we can't say the people we might be today had we gone some other way. It's a secret we are not allowed to know. Hidden down the road we didn't go. When you get lost, sometimes you've got to fake it. When you get to the fork in the road, just take it. Down the road we didn't go, there's a place we didn't know. We don't know, we can't say the people we might be today had we gone some other way. It's a secret we are not allowed to know. Hidden down the road we didn't go. My path divided in a wood, I took the road less traveled by, and that has made the difference, but I can't help wondering why. Oh, it's such a sad and old cliche. I am the man I am today for the choices I made on the way. There's no regretting what I'll never know was hidden down the road we didn't go. Down the road we didn't go, there's a place we didn't know. We don't know, we can't say the people we might be today had we gone some other way. It's a secret we are not allowed to know. Hidden down the road we didn't go. The road we didn't go. The road we didn't go. I'm going to do one more song, I think, and actually, it might have been the first, other than the really old songs. This might have been the first one that I composed during this time. It's called "We're All in This Together," as I think it is one of the lessons that we have garnered in the midst of this difficulty, this pandemic thing, is that we are all in this together, in spite of the fact that we're all in this alone. As both of those things are true. And so this song kind of makes that point, I hope. This train came to a sudden stop. I don't think I recognize the spot. I can't find it on a map. don't recognize this barren scene, no landscape here that I have seen in all the circles around my hat. It was so impersonal, they drumped us at the terminal. I wish they'd found a better word for it than that. The conductor, she was standing near. I says loud enough for her to hear, "This is not where I'm supposed to be. There's a meeting I'll be late for, not some train I've got to wait for. Oh, how long will this stop be?" Held out her punch officiously, and in her best conductor voice just said, "Ticket, please." We are all in this together. We are all in this alone. We are all in this together. We are all in this alone. We have no immunity from our need for community, and so we find our unity together and alone. Now I see my shrinking bank account, so unlike the body count that just rises every day. We don't get the truth that we deserve as we seek to flatten out the curve, and it occurs to me to say to all my fellow passengers, we may be headed for a massacre, but this train was bound for nowhere anyway. We are all in this together. We are all in this alone. We are all in this together. We are all in this alone. We have no immunity from our need for community, so we find our unity together and alone. Together and alone. I will embrace and take you by the hand as soon as any human can. I am dying for your touch. My hands have never been so clean. I've never in my life had dreamed I needed you so much. When we get the call that all is clear, may we understand that we are here to give and to receive the gift of love. We are all in this together. We are all in this alone. We are all in this together. We are all in this alone. We have no immunity from our need for community, so we find our unity together and alone. We are all in this together. We are all in this alone. We have no immunity from our need for community, so we find our unity together and alone. Together and alone. Well, thank you very much for listening. I appreciate it. Come back and visit us again, won't you, soon? Thank you.